Although these are not towering, snow-capped mountains, the coastal Aegean region of Turkey has a rugged beauty all its own. Rolling hills stretch endlessly toward the horizon, covered in thick forests and dense undergrowth. These low-lying mountains may appear calm at first glance, but they hide a restless presence. Wild boars move freely through this terrain, emerging suddenly from the trees, leaving destruction behind them. Because of this, the region has become a magnet for hunters, and once again, we found ourselves among them. Hunting here is no longer just a pastime. Over the years, it has evolved into a necessary task. Wild boars reproduce quickly, adapt easily, and cause enormous damage to farmland. Crops are uprooted overnight. Irrigation systems are destroyed, and farmers wake to scenes of devastation. For us, every hunt serves multiple purposes: recreation, responsibility, and ecological balance. It is a way to protect livelihoods while respecting the fragile harmony of nature. As I began climbing the mountain trail, the forest around me was quiet, almost deceptive. Suddenly, my radio crackled to life. A teammate positioned ahead sent a warning. There was movement, and a wild boar was heading in my direction. There was no time to hesitate. I moved quickly, adjusted my position, steadying my breath, and raising my rifle. Seconds later, the boar burst from the tree. Instinct took me. I fired multiple shots in rapid succession. The shots were fast, controlled, and accurate. Within moments, the wild boar collapsed to the ground, the forest falling silent once again. After that first success, I continued toward the mountain peak. From higher ground, our visibility improved dramatically. We could track movement across the slopes below, spotting any sign of disturbance in the brush. Soon, another wild boar appeared, running along a familiar path. Without delay, I advanced to intercept it, cutting off its escape route. I positioned myself carefully, aimed with precision, and fired a single decisive shot. The boar dropped instantly. Scanning the area carefully, I spotted another boar hiding alone inside a dense thicket. It was trying to remain unseen, trusting the cover of the bushes. I moved slowly, cautiously closing the distance. At the perfect moment, I fired, but this one was quick, fast, and agile. It took several shots before it was finally brought down. While it wasn't particularly large, it was still a respectable result. Only minutes later, another wild boar suddenly appeared in our sights. The earlier gunfire had likely startled it, sending it into a panic run. We opened fire immediately, but its speed made it incredibly difficult to track. The boar zigzagged across the hillside, narrowly avoiding several shots. Eventually, after a sustained barrage, we managed to bring it down. As we returned to the trail for a short break, my eyes caught a familiar dark shape moving on the opposite hillside. I didn't hesitate. I rushed to intercept, cutting off its escape route. The moment we came face to face, gunfire shattered the silence. One well-placed shot ended the encounter instantly. After a brief rest, the entire team resumed the climb toward the mountaintop. Every step was cautious. Rifles were held firmly, fingers ready, senses sharpened. Suddenly, a rustling sound broke the tension. John sprinted forward, raised his rifle, and fired. The two wild boars suddenly accelerated, bursting past the shooting range and disappearing into the forest by a hair's breadth. We weren't about to let them escape that easily. The hunting dogs were released. With incredible speed and sharp instincts, They tracked the boars relentlessly. After a tense chase, the dogs forced one of them into the open. Our team tightened the net, surrounding it completely. With no escape left, the boar was cornered and quickly neutralized. The dogs continued working without pause, tirelessly sniffing out more targets and driving the boars toward our ambush positions. We were already stationed at key points across the terrain. When the boars emerged, gunfire erupted from all directions. One by one, they fell. Today's hunt was intense, exhausting, and thrilling, but we know the battle is far from over. This was my first wild boar hunt, but Lajira was different. The boars here are larger, tougher, and smarter. They've caused farmers to lose sleep for countless nights, watching their hard work destroyed again and again. We split into groups, moving deeper into boar territory, carrying weapons, ammunition, and essential gear to protect ourselves from one of the most dangerous animals in the wild. While searching, we heard the barking of hunting dogs echoing through the forest. Without hesitation, I fired and brought down a wild boar. I felt a slight regret. It wasn't the biggest one. The boars in Lura have adapted to the sound of gunfire. The moment they hear a shot, they flee instinctively. With speeds reaching up to 48 kilometers per hour, accuracy becomes everything. One mistake, and they're gone. Later, we enter an area thick with tall grass. The air carried a strong, unpleasant scent of wild boar waste. Made me uneasy. Andrew whispered beside me, warning me to stay alert. Suddenly, a massive wild boar burst from the grass. I fired immediately, but it was too fast. The shot missed. That moment stayed with me. I promised myself I wouldn't let another boar escape. Not long after, we encountered another large boar. This time, calm replaced adrenaline. I aimed carefully and fired once. The boar dropped instantly. In the afternoon, we switched tactics and set up an ambush. From elevated platforms, we listened closely to every sound. Rustling, snorting, then chaos. Gunshots echoed as boars scattered in every direction. Amid the confusion, we successfully brought down another massive boar. Even after it fell, my friend stood frozen, unable to believe how easily it happened. I don't believe much in luck, but wild boar hunting skill matters, precision matters, but timing, position, and chance all play their roles. To take down a wild boar with a single shot, you must aim perfectly, usually for the head or vital areas. Even veteran hunters don't always succeed. And tomorrow, the forest will test us again.